Thanks everybody for tuning in to this episode of Ask TBC. This is number 3. If you have not had a chance yet, please go below this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel. That way, every time we send out a new video, you'll get an email update, you'll get a little update on your YouTube feed. So if you haven't done that, go ahead and do that right now.
Brandon asks, what are your thoughts about acquiring an MBA and its benefits in the accounting world?
Brandon, that's a great question. I've talked a little bit about this before in regards to Masters of Accounting programs, but here's what I think about the MBA. If you are going to be an accountant, if you're graduating with your bachelor's of accounting degree and you're thinking, should I get a master's? Here's what I would say. How many credit hours do you have and how many more do you need for the CPA license? If you're going to be an accountant and you're not going to get your CPA license, it's kind of a joke. It's like going to law school, getting all excited. Yeah, I'm going to be a lawyer. I've got my JD. I've just graduated. And then you never pass the bar exam. It's just bizarre. I mean, why would you do such a thing? It's kind of like that with the CPA. If you're going to be a real accountant, you need to get out there and get your license. And so with that in mind, graduating undergrad, how many credit hours do you have? How many do you need for the CPA? Most people, when they graduate undergrad, have about 120 credit hours. For the CPA license, most people are going to need 150 credit hours. So if you need about 30 credit hours and your master's degree or your MBA is going to be about 30, 40 credit hours, yeah, I would say it's reasonable to say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and tack on an extra degree. I need the hours anyway to get my CPA license. Boom. If you're one of those people that came into college with 30, 40, 50 credit hours and you're like, I can graduate after only 2 years. That was not me, but if you're one of those smarty pants, then I would say, wait. I wouldn't go straight into getting an MBA or getting a master's. I don't want you to have to accumulate that extra $20,000 or $30,000 or $40,000 or $50,000 in student loans that you might have to get that degree. Also, once you get out in the workforce, you're going to get a good feel for what you want to do. MBA is applicable if you want to be a big business person. You want to be upper management in a big private company or big public company. Even some accounting firms, if you want to be like the managing partner, an MBA might be relevant. But you're really not going to know what you want to be until you spend 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years out there in industry. And so to get a degree, to get an MBA when you first are graduating, it's kind of tough because maybe you get out and you're like, Andrew, I got that MBA, but now I realize I want to be a forensic accountant. Now I got to go back and get my master's in forensic accounting. And I'm just going to shrug and be like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. I mean, are you ever going to get any experience because you just keep piling on these degrees? But if you don't, if you hold off on the MBA, you go out there and get some experience. And after 3 years, you're like, bam, that's it. I want to be a forensic accountant. Then hopefully you can get your company to go ahead and pay for the master's in forensic accounting. Maybe you get a little bit of experience at your company in forensic accounting. And then you make a game plan to make the jump out on your own or to doing full-time forensic accounting work. That's really the way I would go about it. I would not say, yes, you need an MBA right when you graduate or you need a master's right when you graduate. Because if you don't need it for the CPA license, companies care way more about you having a CPA license than they do about any master's degree at all. All they ask is, when are you graduating? Are you going to be able to get the CPA license? Do you have all the hours? Yes? Done. It doesn't really matter at all. In fact, I'll tell you a story. When I graduated, I was supposed to have my master's. And I went to go work for PwC, one of the big 4 accounting firms. And when I got there, I didn't have my master's because I decided that the summer when I was going to graduate, I had 1 class left. I wanted to go to another country and spend my time there working for a startup company there instead of finishing my last class. I ended up not getting that last class for a year. But when I went to PwC, they were expecting me to have my master's in accounting. And when I went there, I was like, yeah, I decided to just sort of push that back a year. I still have 1 more class. I didn't get it. And they looked at me for a second. They were like, well, do you still have the hours to meet the CPA exam? I said, yeah. They're like, oh, okay, we don't care. And so they didn't even care that I didn't get my master's degree, and I sort of delayed it a little bit because I wanted to go abroad for a couple of months. It didn't matter to them at all. And they're going to say the same thing about the MBA. They're not going to care when you first start if you have an MBA or not. It's not going to help you that much through the recruiting process. What is going to help you is taking some serious strides towards getting that license. So I hope that helps. What about you? Is there anybody out there did you get a master's right out of university? Do you wish you would have delayed? Are you happy with the price that you paid, the debt or the price that you paid for that master's versus the value you get out in the workplace? Are people recognizing it and saying, oh, this master's is great? What do you think? Are you happy that you got a master's degree? Email me at andrew@thebeancounter.com. Love these questions, guys. Keep them coming.